What is the most effective strategy for you guys to to tap into a new market? Okay, this one let's start with David.
Okay, I'd like to recommend two strategies. I think it's interwoven, but it's basically the same. But one is partnering with a local partner, including VCs or influencer or crypto community. In our case, in case of Oregon, we did successful collaboration with Koba, and as a result, not only increased number of token holders, but also our community increased dramatically, starting from 300 members to right now we are meeting around 2,000 community members in our Telegram group. Same story in Russia, because we collaborated closely with ICO drops. Our community increased from around 200 to right now around 1,000. So having a close coordination with local partners, including with VCs and influencers or crypto community, that could be really helpful in achieving entrance to a new market. In addition, I believe hiring a local employee could be a good strategy because you can, by hiring directly a local employee, you can expect some of the dedications and they can do the hard work, especially localization part. So localization, hiring a new employee and partnering with local partner could be a good strategy to enter into a new market, I believe.
Okay, thank you. So, Jonathan, how do you think?
I guess that would be based on, my answer would be based on my personal experience with coaching with the past year. We've been able to grow coaching career as the number one, almost the number one source of traffic. Almost, I guess, maybe the top trading country for coaching. And actually, when we did our ICO, Korean investors, there weren't a lot. So we were able to successfully run it quite well. And my suggestion when you go into a market is depending on if you're pre-ICO or post-ICO. Now, if you're pre-ICO, maybe the needs and everything will be very influential. But post-ICO wise, from my experience, the number of kilograms, the number of quadrilla really didn't equate to a lot of trading, more of the traditional marketing in PR, mainstream medias, more of engagements and communities that not viral actually worked for Korea. So for me, if you're a post-ICO company, try focusing on getting more local traditional marketing tactics on board to actually grow trading.
Okay, thanks. Well, how do you think?
This is one broker. I think the answer has many different angles because we need to think about global crypto, where there needs to be some form of liquidity, and there are community interest and so forth on the more retail side. But at the same time, since we're trying to build a business, we need to find meaningful business partners there to do actual business there, to expand your use case, your network as well. So I think as for the community part, we benefit heavily from our international community actually, because most of the English-speaking members there are usually from a certain region. When you find a good person who is so passionate about the project, it's actually pretty easy to spin up the local community, your international one as well. And I think it's one of the best ways to actually start a new community region as well. As for the business expansion, I think it's crucial to find a good partner there who could be either a system integrator or startup or telco or other big business. But securing that kind of partnership is crucial to launch and expand your business in a certain region. So I saw a lot of companies that were looking to find those, but so I think it's more of a multi-year effort than something that can be done overnight. So it takes time and effort. And I think we need to be patient about the kind of expansions.
Okay, thanks. So, Justin, what's your opinion?
When you talk about extensions, I like to start with my experiences with ICOs. And I was quite fascinated with ICO in the fact that ICO is sounds fascinating in the sense that it's a much easier way of raising funds. And at the same time, ideally it should work as that bootstrapping potential users and supporters. But in reality, it's quite opposite. That whether the supporters and the holders become more of a speculator. So when we plan for the expansion, we try to bootstrap potential users and supporters of our product and services. That's where we are pay a lot of focus on it, but in reality it's very difficult and challenging. I don't really want to expand our territory by engaging with local partners. I mean, it could be the one way, but it doesn't really lead to the potential great user bases of our service and products. So we always plan for the local town engagement. So that's why we're focusing on product and services and localization of our product and services in such territories. So that's it.
Okay, so basically, I think we all agree that we should find some global, local partner, right? That will make your life easier and will help you to handle very local things. Yeah. Okay, so the next question is about regulation. We all know that regulation is a very challenging stuff in the industry. So, how do you think of the prospect of crypto regulations, and how do you deal with the regulation issues in different countries? Thanks. Okay.
It's my turn.
Okay.
So regarding the regulations, definitely just a simple word is we comply with the regulation as it's always. So and then in order to, unfortunately, the difficult part of running the project, ICO project, is that there's too much uncertainties, which heavily impacts the investors and the price of the token. So definitely that's something that we pay a lot of attention. But given circumstances, the best the things that we can do is be conservative. So whether we like global expansion, for example, the carrying is we position ourselves as a very conservative way, and then we heavily closely monitoring the regulation of each region. So I guess that's all.
Okay.
Yeah, I think regulation has some interesting impacts to businesses and products as well. I mean, apart from the crypto regulation, which is a sensitive subject, as for the business side, which affects solutions and the use case for the offered by projects, I think we could actually think of certain regulations as opportunities as well. For example, GDPR in Europe, and there are certain privacy laws in Korea, almost forced different corporates to start using or rebuilding their architecture to do something new or solve the problem. I mean, one way to think about regulation is that there's something there to stop at the same time, because it forces a lot of people to be compliant, it could pose a great business opportunity, especially for technology like blockchain, where your goal is to build a trustworthy, immutable network. So to us, regulation poses a lot of business opportunity as well. We try to keep on top of it, tap on changes so we could be compliant. At the same time, we're ready to hope for something for our customers and partners that answers some of the new changes there as well.
Okay, thank you. So, John,
So I have a bit of background in the traditional financial area, and Korea is tough on regulations for finance, but actually globally, even though the laws and regulations are not, doesn't seem as strict. Actually, the U.S. is the most strict in the world, and we started in the U.S. So by regulation, we would to make sure that we don't infringe them is the number one thing we need to do. We use similar offers for any action that we take, even for listing, we would review all of that in legal aspects with several offerings. And as we have bases in China and Korea, we focus on those which don't have those legal issues in other regions, like business development and marketing. So pretty much we applied it. Hopefully Korea opens up to do so that we can do more things. And as recently the number 2 city in terms of population, Busan, they have announced that we could do a stable coin. So there are potential room out there, but legal wise, we gotta keep it.
okay, Dave.
So, since we are in Korea, I'd like to a little bit talk about the regulation situation in Korea. So, at this moment, in Korea, we linked financial supervisory service in Korean Kumgam rules about the cryptocurrency in general. And recently it was announced that the director who is in charge of the cryptocurrency in general stated that they will benchmark the regulation cases from Japan and the US, especially the state of New York. So the future of the regulation, not only in Korea, but also around the world, will be similar to that of the state of New York and SEC and US regulators, in addition to Japanese regulators. So we are approaching, also as other panel discussers mentioned, taking a very conservative approach in compliance. Because, I mean, if you look at the worldwide, as you know, recently at the end of June, there was G20 summit, and there was discussion about the cryptocurrency regulation. And through the joint statement, which they communicated, it mentioned that they'll emphasize and focus on KYC, AML, anti-money laundering, and CTF, countering the terrorist funding. So those are the focuses that will be made in the future internationally, and the trend will be in line with that international efforts too. And from our side, since we have offices across the world, we're also taking a conservative approach. We're doing the consultations not only inside councils but also outside councils to be compliant, fully compliant, in expansion of our markets, and that should be done very carefully too. So from our side, we're also taking very conservative approaches by having close coordination with a lot of councils.
Okay, so it seems like compliance is the only way, right? We have to follow. Yeah, thanks. Okay, before I let you go, I have my last question. Can you guys just use one sentence to describe your biggest learning regarding the global expansion?
One sentence, that's very difficult. However, I'll try to make it. So what I learned is that do not be afraid of making connections and making friends. entrepreneurs in this industry and approach make connections. Because oftentimes, since the industry itself is very small, so by connecting one or two people can actually reach you to the resources that you need, and maintaining close coordination or relationship with them could be helpful in expanding your product around the world.
Makes sense. Johnson.
What I would say is look into data. I see a lot of projects, and you're like the future technology products, right? And a lot of the products don't seem to be actually looking into the data of things, like search trends or some inflow, outflow, and so they're basing a lot of things on guesswork, on what others do. What I found was following others ended up just being similar to others, and I didn't really see a lot of growth from most projects. But if you look at the data, what you can get and try to get, there's a lot more insight and a lot of more growth potential there.
Okay, looking to the data.
Yeah, I think global expansion and entering new markets doesn't happen overnight. It takes time and effort, and be persistent, be patient. I think that's what I learned in the process.
Interesting.
Actually, I think it's like a couple weeks ago that chairman of SoftBank, Masayoshi Son, came to visit our president, and then he emphasized AI. So for our case, to answer the discussion, I would say community. So that's my answer, and then make some friends.
Okay, makes sense. All right, I think our time is up. Thank you very much for your sharing. Thank you guys, and hope you have a bright future. You got all your Thank you.